Hey Jordan, so great to see you back. What's it been like for you, not being able to be out there practicing with the team for such a long time and then to miss the season opener? Can you just talk about the challenges that you've dealt with all of that?
Yeah, so it was hard at first, just being out from this first start of camp. Just wanted to be out there with the guys, and then came back. I was dealing with a little shoulder from last year, and I had pulled my hamstring a couple of days into practice. So it was hard at first being out there just watching, but I learned a lot from the sideline. Got to do extra film time and taking care of my body. So I'm back, and now all that's behind me. So it's not even like I missed it, and I'm just looking forward to the next games.
What kind of things, if anything, were you able to pick up from some of that extra film work, like in watching last week's game against the Cowboys and kind of the way they tried to attack you guys?
So you could one see both safety positions, see how they're working together, and then you could look at other positions like the linebackers, get to see what the whole defense does on a certain call instead of just like with my position, what I got to do. So it's get smarter when you watch like that, and then you get to see from the coach's eye, and you see more from the sideline every time. So I saw a lot, and I learned a lot from just Mike and Antoine being out there, double way getting in there. I learned a lot from them.
Thanks.
Next question come from John Ledyard.
Hey, Jordan, glad to see you back and at it. Just curious, as you guys are kind of prepping for this game, watching tape of Atlanta, I was seeing that this offense for they have is extremely versatile in their deployment of their personnel and like to spread the field even out of two tight end sets and two back looks and things like that. Is this one of those weeks where communication in terms of matchups is going to be really important on a snap to snap basis? And is there chances we could see maybe three safeties on the field at once for a game like this?
So it gets confusing. It does. You have to communicate the personnel to the corners, the linebackers, the D line, especially the corners, because you said 12 personnel, 22 personnel. They'll extend it, flex out. It gets confusing. Just the receivers trying to look for the receivers. There's none in the game. Then you got number 8. Looks like a receiver, but he's a tight end. So you just gotta treat him like a receiver. Sometimes you gotta treat him like a tight end. They got Patterson 84 that comes in, and running back, receiver, tight end all around the field. So they got a lot of different things they do in the heavy formations, and then they got a lot of good skilled receivers. So you just got to definitely keep aware with that. And with you said 3 safety sets, we got a lot of different things we do. A lot of us or safeties on the field at once. Then you got Ross, who plays a lot of positions. It's just a lot, and you never know what's going to come.
You've been able to kind of be right there and watch Mike Edwards grow from a guy who played a lot as a rookie, but needed to make a lot of improvements still to the player he is now and how valuable he's been to this team. Just what have been your main takeaways as you've watched him kind of mature as a player?
Oh, Mike, same person every day, comes in, works. Just one of my best friends out here. He gets the ball. That's Mike known for being a ball hawk. And every time he's on the field, I personally feel like something's gonna happen where he comes out with the ball some way.
Thanks, Jordan.
Next, we'll go to Joey Knight.
Jordan, can you hear me okay?
Yes.
A lot of fans obviously are concerned about the secondary with no Sean Murphy Bunting in it. Just what have you seen this week from the guys who are being called on to replace him, whether it's at the cover corner or slot corner? What have you seen from those guys this week?
It's a week to week thing. So we've been in positions like this before. Next guy steps up. We got a lot of versatile players and a lot of players who can do a lot of things, and that's going to make plays. So we're definitely going to miss Sean out there. There's only one Sean, but it's the NFL. You got to come in and you can't miss a beat.
Next, we'll go to Ruth. If any media has questions, please raise your hand.
Okay. Hey, Jordan, can you hear me okay?
Yes, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing well. Thanks for taking the time to speak to us. How was preparation different this coming around without Sean Murphy Bunting? And who do you really think is going to step up in that position with Sean Murphy being out?
Oh yeah, so Sean's still out there, still talking with us, getting us ready for practice and everything. He's still in the meeting room, so Sean's presence is there. So that's the good thing for Sean. He's going to be around. He's going to always have the same personality, bring the energy to us. But, we got a lot of guys, and I really think anybody from Antoine, Mike, Ross, that could play. Nickel, that Antoine was there a little bit last year. Mike goes to safety, like a lot of different things. So we'll be ready. Everybody knows that, like I said before, there's only one Sean, but we got a lot of good players, a lot of great players on this team, and they'll do anything they're asked to do.
Thank you.
Next, we'll go to Matt Matera.
Hey, Jordan, welcome back. There was a lot of talk at the start of this year about how the Bucs were able to bring back everyone on offense and defense. So for you, with the amount of time that you missed, how much does it help coming back to a defense with the scheme that you already know and you're playing with guys that you've already played with last season?
Right. No, it helps a lot. I can remember just from my first year as a rookie coming in, not knowing the defense, not knowing anybody. It's kind of hard to just build a chemistry, I would say, with each other. But we've been together for a couple of years now and under the same defense. And second year with the same guys, exact same guys. So it's definitely easier. We play for one another. We got a chemistry, a bond that helps us play faster, play stronger together. So it's a big thing, and it goes a long way.
And I'm just curious, what have you seen from Carlton Davis? He's the number one corner on this team. Each week, it doesn't matter who the opponent is, they're going to put him on the number one receiver of whoever you're playing against. How much does that help, just trusting him, knowing he'll take care of the number one, and then the defense can run their scheme however they want to based on knowing that Carlton has his job locked down?
Oh, yeah. From me and Carlton came in together. So we put the work in together, and I know when he knows, everybody knows what he's capable of doing. You put it against the best receiver, that's what he wants to do. And when a guy asks for it, it means something, and I know he's going to lock him down. So he just makes the rest of us be able to just do our job. He handle one side, it's going to be locked down. And it helps everybody else out.
Thank you.
Next, we'll go to JC Allen. If any media have questions, please raise your hand.
Hey, Jordan, you mentioned earlier in the offseason that with Ross coming into the safety room, you were picking his brain and kind of learning from him. Obviously, you haven't been able to practice as much as you'd like to, but what are you going to kind of implement from what you've learned into your game from this past training camp?
Oh, yeah, Ross came in at safety, and he was getting a lot of picks, and I was just looking to see, watching the film, like what is he doing a little different than the rest of us. And I think he does a lot on his job, but he has great eyes on the quarterback, and he'll get a steal by just reading the quarterback. And that's one thing I'm just trying to take away from his game, instead of just being so locked into my job is you got to do your job, but you also take a little peek back at the quarterback, and the quarterback tells you everything. So that's one thing Ross did a great job of this camp.
And we'll finish off with John Lee.
Hey, Jordan, I know it's been a while since that second game against the Falcons last year, but a lot of players have said that was kind of like a turning point in you guys' season. What do you remember about that game from a defensive standpoint and the way they were kind of trying to attack you? And can you rely at all on any of that, even though I know it's a different offense, but can you rely on any of that at all as you guys get ready for this one?
Oh, yeah. Well, the Falcons just being in this, playing twice a year. So it's like a rivalry game just because we're in the same division. But they definitely attacked us a little bit of different ways last year. They got a new offensive coordinator, like you said, but they run those deep stops, and Mike Ryan, a great quarterback, and they had Julio and they had Ridley last year. So they had to switch it up a little bit this year. And they got that Tennessee offense. So it's just a lot of studying Tennessee and just trying to see what their tendencies were along with the first game. And I think last year in that turning point, it was just after the bye. We just had to really get it together, a break. We had a break, and then we played the Falcons game. And from there, the offense was clicking. And I think once we saw the offense start clicking, it was like we got to do our part and really just determine who we want to be as a defense.